Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we are back with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk about R. Kelly getting hospitalized after a so-called claimed plot that they're trying to off him by giving him more than the required dose of medication that landed him in the hospital. Let's talk about it because it was only a few days ago that R. Kelly's legal team, they had filed a motion for him to be released to home detention because what had happened was R. Kelly's legal team is saying there's this prisoner behind bars who's doing time. He's of unsound mind. However, that inmate has revealed that he has been orchestrated to take out R. Kelly, and he was orchestrated to do so by prison officials. And he's saying that these prison officials, they have ensured him that they would tamper with the evidence so as to make him get off the case and make it seem like he was just defending himself against R. Kelly. So that was a few days ago last week, and now we're hearing that he has been hospitalized because they gave him more than the required or prescribed dosage. And when the prescribed dosage is more than what you need, as you know, it can often cause other complications. Not only that, R. Kelly is saying that he has some blood clots in his legs and they are refusing to give him the necessary medical care and treatment that he needs. And as such, his legal team is demanding his release to home detention. However, the prosecutor is firing back saying that R. Kelly could have submitted a report to the court if he had a genuine concern instead of running to the media looking to shop in grocery aisles. So they're saying, he's just garnering media attention to himself because he just wants to be let out. If he genuinely had a concern about his health and if he was scared about his health, he would have first ensured that he submitted all the information to the court and appealed to the court, advising the court what had happened and why he's once again appealing for his release. But what prosecutors are saying, R. Kelly did not do that. He went to the tabloids first, and that shows that he has some ulterior motive. Now, we're going to dive into this report because they're saying R. Kelly is doubling down on his claim that his life is in grave danger in prison, now alleging Bureau of Prison staff and at his federal center in North Carolina purposefully gave him too much medication, causing an overdose that left him in the hospital. A court filing submitted by his attorney, Boo B. Brindley, Monday claims R. Kelly was left bedridden in hospital after a solitary confinement staff member instructed him to take additional medication the night of June 12th. Oh my God. How do you allow a prison staff to tell you to take additional medication? That doesn't make sense. You don't follow the advice of a prison official. Come on. Now they're saying the next morning, the Pied Piper allegedly awakened feeling faint and dizzy, and when he attempted to get up, he fell on the floor, crawled to the door of the cell, and lost consciousness. He was subsequently taken to Duke University Hospital, and during the ride there, he claims he heard a prison officer begrudge. This is going to open a whole new can of worms. During his 2-day stay at the hospital, Kelly says he learned he was given an amount of his prescribed medication that could have ended his life. So what he's trying to prove here is that they're really trying to go above and beyond to delete him. Now they're saying, furthermore, Kelly Kelly claims in his Monday filing, prison staff took him off necessary blood thinner medication and is now refusing to allow him a doctor-recommended surgery to clear blood clots in his legs and lungs that are putting his life in danger. Instead, they have him locked up in solitary confinement where Kelly has expressed to his lawyer he is convinced he will be killed or left to die. Therefore, the disgraced music mogul is asking for temporary release to home confinement for the third time, arguing his life depends on it. He shouldn't be asked for that. He should be focused on getting the surgery cleared, and then once he gets the surgery, he should ask to be temporarily released to home confinement with officers and a medical team. That is what he should be asking for. So it's kind of backwards in my opinion, and I'm going to keep it real. Now they're saying prosecutors swiftly filed a response to Kelly's request, alleging he continuously paints himself as the victim, adding, "This is the behavior of an abuser and a master manipulator on display." The response also claims Kelly knowingly submitted an action to court that has no jurisdiction over his case, accusing him of instead choosing to write to let the court know that he is cold in prison and criticize the medical care that he's receiving in order to turn the situation into a grocery store checkout aisle tabloid. So they're saying he should have written to police officials about all these experiences along with what he needs, like the surgery, which is true. His legal team should have submitted that report to the court along with a doctor's recommendation for his surgery. And then once he does that, he also puts that out in the media in support of his documents that he has submitted to the court, which means that he's letting the public know what is going on with him, so as to have people lobby so that he gets the proper medical care that he needs. I'm not saying that he should be released, but I believe, as I've always said, I believe in proper rehabilitation. And even though the crimes, against him are gruesome, I believe that people should be rehabilitated so as to be given all the education and resources that they need so that when they are released from jail, they are better product of society than when they were initially sentenced to serve time. Now, the report further states, Kelly's latest filing comes just a week after his legal team sought his immediate release due to an alleged foul murder for hire plot against him. His team submitted a sworn statement from another inmate and Aryan Brotherhood gang leader named Mikhail Glenn Stein, who claimed authorities offered him release from the clink if he murdered the singer. Stein was in on the plan at first, but changed his mind and spilled the beans to Kelly, according to the filing. However, Kelly alleges a different member of the Aryan Brotherhood has been asked to take out both himself and Stein. So he's saying now that Stein has refused to do what they asked him to do, they want to delete both of them. Now, as you guys can remember, he's serving a 3-decade prison sentence for his 2021 racketeering and sex trafficking conviction. He's been in jail just for a few years now, maybe 4, if that much. But according to him, he's out to be deleted, and as such, he believes that he should be released on home detention. Now, while they're pushing for him to be released on home detention, because he has been sentenced to 3 decades, that's 30 years, and he really hasn't done any significant portion of that time, even if there was an attempt on his life, they're not going to release him. He would have to do like maybe 7 or 8 years or 10 years, because oftentimes they count night and day. So if he had done maybe 7 years or 8 years, it could be something that they would look at. They would look at his behavior behind bars. They would look at how compromised his health is, and then they would make a decision from there. But they're not going to let him out. It doesn't matter how many attempts are on his life. They're not going to let him out. And look at what happened to Tory Lanez as a prime example. So as such, R. Kelly is not going to be let out anytime soon. But anywho, I think that if they really want to get him out, not saying that, he deserves to be let out. I'm just saying that his legal team best shot would be to appeal for a retrial of the case, and they would have to keep fighting for the case to go back to court. And then even if it did, I don't see how he would get away. Maybe he would get a minimized sentencing, but he's not going to get off on this case, and he will not be released to home detention or any of the things that he's fighting for. It doesn't matter how bad it is. They would rather transfer him to another facility or keep him in confinement, which he was in, but then another thing is coming up. So I don't believe that someone is out to get R. Kelly. I could be naive, and if I'm wrong, I digress. But I honestly don't believe that anyone is out to get R. Kelly. I believe he's just pushing stunts here so as to get out of jail, which is not going to happen. I believe him being locked away is really getting to him, and he just can't take it anymore. Well, anywho, guys, let me know what's your take. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.